Alright, here we are in game 1 of the Gauntlet. This is the 17th series of the Gauntlet already, which is quite a lot of games, because there's all 5 games played in each one. So that's, 80 games played already of the Gauntlet. And here we are with game 81. It is Wontu versus EchoGoodman. And at the bottom left spawn, our defender, who won the previous couple series against Haster and B-Lit, is now taking on EchoGoodman, the newcomer. But did Wontu face Jedi as well, or was that B-Lit? I can't even remember the order anymore. I think B-Lit faced Jedi. Anyways, top right spawn is EchoGoodman, our newcomer in the blue, playing Undead. So a bit of a different matchup here. Wontu did progress the previous couple series through facing Night Elves in Mirror, but now we see how he handles a different matchup with Undead EchoGoodman. I do believe, as far as I know, EchoGoodman was more of a tier 3 fiend orb timing type player rather than Ghoul-Garg or lots of expansions. But I don't think he necessarily never expands or doesn't go ghouls at the start. But I do believe, as far as I remember, that he played more fiend style, ghouls into fiends, the standard type stuff. So I'm curious if that's what we're going to see a lot here, or if he's going to mix it up at all. On the other side, Wontu getting sheep blocked out of the spawn and going with Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is a lot more popular these days, I would say. And I think also a lot stronger these days. Something people don't talk about as much is the items. I guess they probably talk about it somewhat, but not as much as I think they should. And it's the items. So with claws being nerfed, circlets being gone, and rings being more prevalent, ring plus 3, ring plus 4, you get very tanky Demon Hunters early on, which also means you can creep more efficiently, use less Moonwells, and just be overall tankier. No rings so far this game though. Wontu also did get double Skeleton Detto there. And Echo is probably going to get creep jacked here at the second camp, but he should be able to at least get the item and level 2, which will be the key things. He will have a coil for the second Murloc when he gets the item. Oh, gonna use the coil right away, so not necessarily going to secure the kill with the coil, but it looks like he'll get the kill anyways. Level 2 unlocked. Does he get another coil off? He does not. Nice burn, just in time. And now Echo with the level 2 and the aura, is he going to pressure at all? Or is he just going to be content with this? Trying to go for the archer, getting some damage in. The damage is always relevant as well, because elves generally will have to heal them through the use of Moonwells rather than, blight or what have you. So that is less Moonwells for the Demon Hunter later, and Echo getting a nice little block here. A little more damage on the other archer, but I'm not sure if he's going to get any kills, and he might lose a ghoul in return. However, the Demon Hunter does not actually have boots yet, so the Demon Hunter is going to have to chase for a long time, and Echo does have dust now. I didn't see, but did he bring dust with, Did he have dust the whole time? I could have swore he didn't have dust a second ago. Maybe I'm seeing things. I don't know. But he has dust now. And did Wontu get that ghoul? He did not get the ghoul. He stopped attacking it at 12 health. Oh no. That's one of those things where sometimes you're chasing for so long that eventually you make a mistake and move a control group that still has your Demon Hunter in it, and you stop the chase and you just miss out on a kill. And that 12 health ghoul, only one hit away, we'll be able to heal back up on Blight back to full. And here we have Echo just chopping away the archer, using the dust for it. He's going to take a lot of return damage for this. I'm not sure if it's worth, but it's not the worst value. The big thing here is making sure he doesn't get pressured on tier 2 if Wontu decides to go for like a Naga second, maybe pick up his own boots. And we have boots for Echo. He might be going Naga, but I don't know if this is the right timing. Wontu is also in the center already. And you see there, DK taking a big chunk of damage, sitting at 200 health now. And Wontu has free reign to creep one of the center camps if he wants. But Echo's being a bit aggressive here. He's feeling confident even with his 200 health DK. I believe he just thinks his ghouls might be able to carry him here. Maybe he can pick up the Naga midway through the fight. But he's going to take a bunch of damage on the DK in order to save this ghoul. And this DK lost another 100 health for that. He did stop Wontu from creeping that center camp, but losing another 100 health and the rest of his mana is kind of annoying. And now he's going to go for the Lich second. I don't think this was the plan because he did buy boots, and generally boots for Undead indicates that they want a Naga second. Wontu on the other side now stealing a camp instead of going for the center, which means Echo is actually close by and can start trying to creep jack this. He has quite a few ghouls here, but is it enough? Wontu has boots now, so even though his Demon Hunter is low, he should be just fine. And there's no coils available. Lich isn't out because he wasn't planning for the Lich, and Wontu's going to escape. It was, I believe, one ghoul for one archer. But now more archers are falling. The Unholy Aura and the boots on the DK coming in clutch here. Can these ghouls hit the archer? No. Ooh, EchoGoodman being a little too greedy, trying to go for both archers and instead missing out on the free kill. Gets the higher health one to die, but loses one of his ghouls in return. Or two ghouls, actually. Two ghouls. He could have just killed the low health archer instead. Now we have a Nova coming in, but Boots does get the Demon Hunter in range to burn. But there's another Nova, and now forced TP. Oh my god, that was a miss! The TP was actually late there. Oh my, Wontu, not even playing with fire, but actually just, I don't know, is that playing with fire? That was actually a dead Demon Hunter if he didn't get the 10% miss, right? Surely a Lich does 16 damage when the Demon Hunter doesn't have rings. Yeah, minimum 22 against 5 armor. That was a dead Demon Hunter, I'm pretty sure. But a miss on the hit, and Demon Hunter will get the TP off. You could actually see the red text miss there. The hit actually did hit, but didn't actually hit because it was a miss. You get it. You understand. I trust Twitch chat. You guys are smart. Okay. Yeah, Wontu now, after healing up from the TP, is going to steal some creeps. Gets his level 3. Level 3 always crucial on this Demon Hunter. You want to be able to have that level 2 burn. We're on the other side. Echo still only level 2 Death Knight, and the Naga just getting pressured right away, but she does have boots. And now the Death Knight stuck in between the Dryads. He's going to go down. There's just no saving him. Even a zap at the end to secure it quickly. Save the Dryad by being able to run away quick. And now Echo, stuck without his Death Knight, is kind of in a rough spot, because not only does the Death Knight fall, but Wontu didn't have to sacrifice health on his Demon Hunter to do it. You know, maybe if the Demon Hunter had taken a bunch of damage, Wontu has to go all the way back to his main, heal up, etc., or staff out, whatever. But with the Demon Hunter full health like this, he's just going to keep creeping, and not only that, he's going to steal the creeps from Echo's side of the map. However, Echo is getting away with a greedy camp here. Wontu not paying close enough attention. Maybe could have had a Dryad hanging around here just to spot if Echo did decide to do something like this. But Wontu still might get the creep jack. You see him running down here. And Echo's not going for the Zeppelin either. That's going to be one ghoul falling. Maybe the Naga as well. She's going to fall. And another ghoul also wait! Hold up! The Naga got away! What? Hold up! I thought for sure that was going to die. But the boots. This is why Undeads do pick the boots. So that all of their heroes are extremely fast and they can do the kiting that they need with DK, Lich, and Naga. She does survive, but how worth is it really? There's not even a statue out. We have an A-bomb with the Z's Cloud instead. The Z's Cloud gonna get some value here, hitting most things, but the A-bomb's just gonna die. There's no support for it, no destroyers. And Wontu looking poised to keep pressuring here. Gets a nice mana burn on the Death Knight. Falls back in time before getting surrounded. Demon Hunter doesn't actually have safety on him. Neither does the Naga. There's no staff, there's no TP. Is this going to be an overcommit from Wontu? With good micro on the Citadel as well, he can start slowing multiple bears, maybe even the Dryads, and start getting some kills. EchoGoodman's still in this. That being said, Wontu does have the stronger army, but on Blight with Citadel support, with Shop also in a good position to buy things, Echo can definitely get some pickoffs. And we see another Dryad falling. That bear fell earlier. Nice pickoffs, but still not 3 on the Death Knight. However, Lich and Naga did reach level 2 now after this engagement, plus the creep that they managed to take here. Wontu, was that a bit of overplay? Not only that, not only did Wontu go in without a staff or a TP, but he hasn't even got his orb yet either. And there was no like expansion coming up in the meantime. I'm not sure if that was the right play to go into the Undead base like that. That's oftentimes how Undeads can come out ahead in these games when Elf gets too confident. Ooh. That being said, out on the map like this, Wontu is still in the lead, I would say. The bear army is a lot stronger than these 5 fiends. You need the destroyer support, and Echo just does not have it yet. He invested into the A-bomb and Disease Cloud earlier instead. So with that A-bomb investment, which was 300 gold, he just doesn't have the destroyers out yet. He does have a 3rd statue now. Is destroyer form finished? I would assume it is, since he's not researching it currently. And yeah, we have the destroyer morphed. Devour. Nice Devour there, but the Demon Hunter does have a TP now. And boots could be passed from the Naga. There is the turn and forked, but no. Wontu's just going to TP out. He's afraid of potentially a Nova or Forked Lightning. They were like 10 mana short, but maybe he didn't check quick enough. Maybe a mana potion could have been there and he was afraid. So just going to be safe. And yeah, now we get the orb, another TP bot, and Echo is suddenly crept back into the game a bit. That being said, Echo still has a long way to go. He really needs to hit 4-3-3 on these heroes, and the Death Knight is quite a ways away from 4. You really want that level 2 aura for the extra regen, but also for the extra move speed. Not to mention, of course, the 3-3 so that you have your damage. And you need some sort of 60 plus food army with 2 to 4 destroyers. And right now, we're only looking at the 50 food army with 1 destroyer, 1 ready to morph if he gets Ziggurats up, but he doesn't even have Ziggurats coming. He can't even break. He can't even morph the destroyer mid-fight. He has to wait until something dies. And we're going to get a bit of an engagement. There is a TP here, using the mana before getting burned. That's nice, but he's going for the Demon Hunter, not the bears. Maybe the right choice when there's only 1 destroyer, but it is going to put the fiends in an awkward position. They're right next to the bears, but Wontu's bears are hitting the Naga instead of the fiends. And Echo's the one getting the kills. Can Echo force a TP here and come out of this in good position? Going to use the invuln, going for the next bear. Wontu's going to get a nice rejuve off, but more units are falling. I think this is the time where Echo needs to TP out and just take his advantage. Yeah, he's going to TP out. And this was a really good fight for Echo. He would have really liked to get one more kill here, like this bear, but when you're able to sacrifice just mana and health and pick off, what was that, like a bear, a dryad, and is there another kill? I'm not sure. There's at least the bear and the dryad. You know, you take those. Especially because Elf oftentimes in these skirmishes can actually save these units through staff. If you're able to get those pickoffs, it's huge. And ooh, we're gonna have another little engagement. There is the combo Coil Forked Nova, but the Forked and Nova are only level 1 so far. Echo not actually 3 yet. He needs one more kill. If he can get this bear kill and get double level up, that would be huge for him, but I don't think he's going to be able to chase the bear down. There is a staff available as well. Wontu wants to turn. Going to get some rejuves off. And yeah, still only one destroyer. Echo still also only on 50 out of 50 food. No ziggurats. He's just managing with this 50 food army. Did he just buy True Shot? I can't remember if he got it earlier or if he bought it. I think he got it earlier, because there's no other item from that drop table. Ooh, and this is a good position for Echo. He's going to be able to get a pick off right away. Does get the staff out on that bear for Wontu, but the TP is here for Echo still, and he's just going to be able to get 1 or 2 bears and TP out, I think. Going to lose maybe a Fiend, but there we have the double level up, the level 3/3 on the Naga and the Lich. Focus fire on the Demon Hunter now. The Destroyer falls over the tree line, and Echo overextending here. Oh no, now his Death Knight is too far away to even TP. The Naga falls, the Death Knight falls, and Wontu somehow comes out way ahead. Oh, that was another fight where I think if Echo just got the couple bear pickoffs right at the start, you know, force the staff out, get the other bear kill, maybe get one more kill and TP out, I think he would have been great. But now, everything just collapsed. You know, you lose both heroes like that when you have a TP available. It's really rough. And now Wontu has an expansion coming up. He's going to be healed up. He didn't get mana for his Naga, however. But he's just so much stronger. Look at this Lich. It just falls right away. There's no coil. No mana on the Death Knight. GG is called. And it will be Wontu continuing his run with the first win. Alright, game 2. 1-0 lead for Wontu. Top left spawn is going to be EchoGoodman. And is he going to mix it up here? Change his style? Or is he going to do more of the same? I do think Echo played that pretty well overall. You know, the early to mid was a little rough, I would say. Wontu was definitely ahead. The Demon Hunter got 3. The Death Knight didn't get 3 for like ever. And actually died at one point, right? But in a lot of those mid to late game engagements, I would say Echo actually came out on top in a lot of them. He just stayed a little bit too long in that very final fight and lost multiple heroes and some fiends, and it just turned bad real quick. Anyways, enough of that. The winner of the previous game is Wontu, spawning bottom right in the yellow. And will we see Demon Hunter again for him? Or does he go Keeper at all in against Undead? It is Demon Hunter. I do think he prefers Demon Hunter style in general, or just in general, but also against Undead in particular. So we might see a lot of Demon Hunter here. But we'll see if he mixes it up ever. Maybe tries Keeper expansion, etc. And Echo on the other side, late hero, it is going to be the Dreadlord. So I know there's going to be some fans in chat for the Dreadlord play. This probably explains why he went for a late altar. He went Crypt, Ziggurat, and then like another Ziggurat and altar later. I think this allows you to get all 5 of your acolytes right away, at the cost of your altar being a lot later. And you can get more ghouls out right away as well. More ghouls out when you're ready to creep.
A player's forces are under attack.
So it can be good, but you are a little bit slower to get out on the map. But you are stronger when you do get out on the map. So I think that's the point. Because you're going to be stronger, because you're going to be having this many more ghouls, so you can actually surround, you know, with 6 ghouls like this, and maybe a rod usage, it's fairly easy to get sleep surrounds. And you also have the wood economy to immediately put up a haunted if you want. We are going to see the first sleep used. Dreadlord does have some problems against Demon Hunter, because you will often only get, you know, like two chances to sleep the Demon Hunter. Sometimes only 1. So you have to make it count right away. Ooh, and this Dreadlord taking a lot of damage early. He got slowed and the focus fire was all on the Dreadlord. Is this going to mean his ghouls are all healthy and he can keep creeping right away? But having the Dreadlord low against a Demon Hunter is actually quite scary, I would say. And Wontu on the other side, ring +3, gloves of haste, and another ring +3. So I was mentioning, these rings are actually pretty good for the demon, just to be able to tank a lot. He already has decent damage regardless, even without like a claws or something. Gloves of haste is probably better than claws 4s these days anyways. And so just getting that extra tank ability, particularly against a Dreadlord, that's going to be annoying to deal with for the undead player. Because if you get some sleep surrounds, and this Demon Hunter is just, you know, sitting here with 11 armor, it's kind of annoying. Ooh, Skeleton does spot the archers. Is Echo aware of it? Did he see him? Was he paying attention to it? Either way, though, the Nerubian's already up. So I don't think this is a cancel if the Dreadlord heads there. But the Dreadlord's going to grab the item first and was in the center. So he's going to be late. And the Frost Tower is also not being microed onto the archers. That's a cancel on the gold mine. A very late cancel as well. Going to be quite a bit of resources lost. The gold mine is going to be set up right away. But yeah, Dreadlord was just too far out of position. Because he went to the center to pick up Circlet, I believe. And he went to pick up the slippers from the turtle camp. He was just way too late to get here. Because if the Dreadlord shows up, you can easily sleep the Demon Hunter, start slowing the archers, and just, you know, kill everything. While Wontu, like, scrambles to wake up his Demon Hunter and so on. But not the worst situation for Echo still. He's got his level 3. He's got pretty full inventory. He can probably sell items, get gold advantage here. Ooh, and we're going to see Huntresses. Interesting choice. Huntress pushes with Demon Hunter are generally not as good as with Keeper, but they can still have some value. But it's just one Huntress actually, and one Protector with a Naga second, not even a Panda or anything. So I think he just wants a little bit of extra tank ability up front. But he has to be so careful. This Demon Hunter no longer has a TP, no longer has you know, any survivability besides just generic stat items with the armor. And Dreadlord going in here to try to do some damage, but instead just taking damage from the tree. And now Echo is just way out of place, not getting any wisp kills unless he got an early wisp kill. Ooh, nice carry on though. But just needs to back off again. Stay on Blight. Stay next to your tower. Oh no. Echo going a little bit too far forward. He's getting some kills, but he's only going to get maybe one carry on. Can he get away in time? No, he's gonna get burned. Echo, you gotta keep your Dreadlord out of the Demon Hunter's range. Okay, the push has been kind of stunted. There is an Nerubian up. And this Demon Hunter, oh, this Demon Hunter could die. This is a free kill, you just need to block it. Oh no, Echo is just going for the attacks instead of the block. Demon Hunter has no survivability. I think he could have just got the surround or put a unit to block it. Instead, Wontu is going to escape and... I mean, the push is stopped. Like, there's no way this push works anymore. But Wontu is putting up an expansion in the meantime. And his Demon Hunter should be able to just heal at some point. Man, Wontu is playing with fire here, to be honest. 140 health Demon Hunter. Outside of an expansion with no TP. There is no tech, however, for Echo yet. It's very delayed here. Maybe using too much of his ghouls, he just never got the wood economy to take off. But the Dreadlord has a sleep available now. So if this Demon Hunter goes too far forward, gets slowed, or just slept and surrounded, he could just easily die. And if you lose this level 3 Demon Hunter, you're going to feed so much to the Dreadlord. I'm surprised Wontu continues to stay here. I feel like there's not much else he can do here, but it looks like he wants to do something. The question is, does Echo use it for... does he use his mana for carry on or sleep? Demon Hunter is pretty far out. Echo's just going to go for the tower. And we have a carry on come in. He's just going to go for the damage, but that's not going to secure the kill. And Echo is losing a lot in return, so it ends up being kind of the right call here by Wontu. And Wontu instead is the one going for the blocks, putting the Dreadlord to potentially die. Boots can't even get him away with the blocks, and the Dreadlord dies. Oh no. Wontu showing off what Echo should have been doing, which is block the hero, and he gets the kill. It ends up being the Dreadlord falling. And I think Echo was just way too worried about this. Like, this is not a push. Like, this does nothing, right? He could have just stayed here and also done nothing and been in an even better situation. But now, oh, I didn't even see that. He bought from the tavern and took another 250 damage. But staff's out. But the Dreadlord's in play again. But yeah, that was just way too... It's one of those things. You see this tower here and you think you have to do something, but you really don't, right? Like 1 AP just doesn't do anything. So I think Echo was just way too worried about it. Overcommits his Dreadlord, gets blocked by the Dryad, slowed by the Frost Arrow and other Dryads, and just loses the Dreadlord. Costly mistake during a timing when Wontu's setting up his own expansion. Which means now Wontu has free reign to kind of just creep the map. He's got a shop here as well. And yeah, Echo's going to be cornered in his base for a long time. And not only is he cornered in his base, but he's got Fiends with Dreadlord, which is going to be very difficult to do much out on the map for quite a while. Usually you see more of Ghoul Garg. He does have triple crypt actually, but I think Echo believed it was like an all-in, but it just wasn't. There was literally only 1 AP. So Wontu kind of debating him into staying tier 1 for a while longer, investing into a bunch of Fiends to defend, and it just wasn't even a push. It wasn't even a real push, I should say. And And now Wontu has free reign of the map. He's got 3/3 heroes. Echo's trying to do something, but he's still without a TP. Gets slowed before the Fiend attack goes off. And right when he starts the camp, Wontu's diving into the Expo. There should be a rejuve available. He goes for the roar instead of the rejuve. I don't know if that was the right call. Demon Hunter kind of playing with fire, being at half health here and no TP, but he does have the invuln. But yeah, Wontu's going to get a bunch of Acolyte kills. And we have the Zeppelin drop. Do we have a sleep on the Demon Hunter? No sleep. There is going to be the invuln and the rejuve, but the invuln went off after the rejuve and actually canceled it. Demon Hunter's still at 140 health. But there is another rejuve available now, but no more mana on this bear. No master either. Still being researched. And ooh, okay, we got the transition into Necros. This is definitely the type of style that can, in my opinion, always has a chance to win, because it's so easy to make a mistake and not get the detonates that you need, and it just disregards heroes. Like, hero levels mean a lot less against Necros, so there is a play there, but Echo can't afford to lose too much before they get online, and I don't think he has enough to hold this. There's just the 2 towers with Fiends, and Fiends are just not very good at defending this without something like Lich support, or maybe a Death Knight to coil them, or a bunch of beetles up front. Echo's bringing in the ghouls from the side, but so many Fiends weak over here. Dreadlord has no mana to work with, and the ghouls are going to start getting picked off by the Dryads soon. Zeppelin escaping over the tree line. Can Echo actually still hold this somehow? He's got the gold mine still fully running, but this rejuve bear is not even dying. The Fiends, the Dreadlord, they need to be dropped. There's the little bit of extra damage he needs, but the bear gets staffed out, and I think Wontu is still looking decently strong here. The statue going to get killed as well. Another statue does arrive. Heal scroll used, I believe, and mana potion picked up. 100 minus 100 from that mana burn. There is the potion if he wants to get off a carry on, maybe secure the bear kill, but not using it just yet. And Wontu's just kind of pushing forward. The Dryads getting connections onto the Necromancers, and Echo having to bring in the Necromancers early like this is just a real problem. They're not able to build up, they're not able to get a bunch of mana. Ooh. Oh, but the Demon Hunter, oh, he swaps the staff. I think Echo could have potentially carried on to that. No, I think the Demon Hunter still had a little too much health. But the Naga could be sleep surrounded. Yeah, we are going to see the sleep. There is only 3 Fiends here. And now, is Echo venturing too far? He's out on the middle of the map next to the shop. Heal scroll from Wontu, and you can always just buy more items too. And the Demon Hunter is back. Gets burned on the Dreadlord before using his spells, and now Echo is the one who has to TP out. And there's so many bears. The bears have built up. But yeah, Fiends are not what you need to defend against this. He wanted the Fiends. Did Booster just reload? Anyways. He wanted the Fiends to defend against like tier 1 tower push type stuff, but it wasn't even a real tower push. Wontu just had 1 casual AP there, kind of like buying time for his counter expo and keeping the Undead occupied. And Echo just way overcommitted with the Fiends. Whereas if you have Gargs, if you like tech up and get into Gargs, you can defend these sort of pushes, right? Because Gargs can fly away easily and just get a lot of like free hits off. Fly away, free hits off, fly away. Because the Dryads can't move forward under towers on Blight like this very easily. But with Fiends, the bears just kind of march forward, and there's no Nova to slow them down. Wontu just kind of having his way here. Bears pushing forward, everything's falling. And the Dreadlord gets mana burned once again. Does get a sleep off, but no carry on. And now we have Unholy Frenzy Fiends. It's not even skeleton focused, it's Unholy Frenzy focused. But I don't think it's enough. However, there is 3 weak bears and 2 adept bears there, but I just don't think there's enough damage. And the heroes for Wontu are just way too strong. This Demon Hunter with the double ring has been able to just march forward the entire game, and he's working his way up to level 6. GG is called, and Wontu takes game 2 as well. Yeah, I think Booster reloaded partway through the game. So it like reset stuff for some reason, I don't know why. But it is Wontu up 2-0 now. Game 3, last Refuge. Wontu with a 2-0 lead. EchoGoodman spawning bottom left. Not very successful with the Dreadlord. Like I said, I do think there was some opportunities where he could have maybe got a kill on the Demon Hunter with Nerubian support, but you know, it's hard to say. It wasn't guaranteed, but it was a very achievable kill because the Nerubian is pretty powerful there. We'll see if he changes it up here. He does change his build back a bit again. He's going Crypt Altar. So it will likely be Death Knight again, I would assume. But potentially a Lich. He really wants to change it up. On the other side, Wontu is going for the Tavern Hero build. I'm not sure if Wontu does Tavern Hero builds very often against Undead, but I think he's doing it because of either just wanting to change it up, or because there's also the Merc camp here, which can be pretty valuable. He also got the top spawn, which has a lot more trees to work with. This one really only has a few trees here. To devour with your AOW. But yeah, he can creep this, Ancient War walks over, creeps this. He can have 3 archers plus 2 mercs, and like, you know, be on his way to level 3. So it's not bad. Very interesting base layout though, because these trees can't even have a wisp on them. Anyways, he has this tree line kind of blocked off everything along the edge. It can be okay against Gargs to have your Moonwells these close, but there's a lot of open space here. Echo on his way creeping. Going to be able to get a Wisp kill here, I believe. And going to fake the coil. I don't hate that detonate as much. Normally I do hate the detonates if the coil doesn't go off. But because the detonate actually hits the hero, I think it's fine. If it doesn't hit the hero, I would rather the coil get used and the mana lost. Especially when you have a Tavern Hero and you don't have mana burn anymore. Anyways, for Wontu, it is going to be the Beastmaster, which is something I've tried a couple times. You can do Beastmaster, expansion, Dryad stuff. But some undeads will play very aggressive against this. They'll just make a lot of ghouls. When they come across with like 6-7 ghouls and a Death Knight with like level 2 and Unholy Aura like this, they can just kind of wreck this. Because you don't have any catch, right? You don't have Bash Bear, you don't have Entangle, you don't have a Boots Demon Hunter. So ghouls can easily just run away, heal for free, and then you get free pickoffs on everything. But it is only going to be the Death Knight here. Echo trying to do what he can. does steal the creep there and the tome. Maybe Wontu thinks this is an illusion, but it is indeed not. And that is a nice little steal there. Might even try to steal this one. Ooh, not able to get that one. The illusion was actually in the main here. Maybe Wontu got baited into thinking the wrong one was the illusion. And Death Knight looks like he wants to go back and get another rod use here. Potentially go for the Shadow Priest, but I don't know if he has enough health to do this. Might be able to get the Shadow Priest and get out still. Nicely done, but he is pretty low health. And he might get Wisp blocked, but I don't think it's going to amount to much. Unholy Aura should be able to get past the Wisps just fine.
A player's forces are under attack.
And now Wontu maybe wasting too much time chasing actually. Echo doing a good job, just buying time, keeping this Beastmaster from 3. But Beastmaster gets ruined bracers. Oh no. Echo spots where Wontu's going, knows he's likely heading to the gold mine next. And Echo's going to try to creepjack. Will he find a critter on the way for more skeletons? And what is the plan for units? Is he just going to go tier 3 Fiends, Ghoul Frenzy, Tri-Hero? I think it's a good play. Just to play pretty standard here. Oh, looks like he's going to try for a coil kill, but he needs to go. He's too... Ooh. Oh, but Wontu switches focus. Oh no! The stolen creep! Oh no! Wontu got baited into killing the illusion, and it fixed the mistake that Echo made. Echo was way too late to come over, but then Wontu switched focus and it worked out. I don't hate going for the illusion. I think it's the right call generally, because you want to get rid of the other player's vision. But in this situation, it actually worked against him because Echo was too late. Ooh, might see a little cancel here. A few right clicks. No. I think with the double claws, it might have been very worth to try to cancel this real quick. But Echo just wants to get out, wants to be safe, wants to keep his health pool up. He is pretty low health from all of his harass. But he did get value out of it, right? Oh, and he's actually going to pull this right away. He's got the ghouls coming. And he's going to be able to get level 3. Double claws will be passed to the Lich soon after. But he is spotted. However, Wontu's just going to creep on his own side. He has a Naga second. Ooh. Cool. Nicely saved. Also, no expansion for Wontu, which is a bit risky, right? Because now, without the expansion, you're forced into Bear Dryads, but that makes Destroyers even more powerful, right? Because they have to go into Bears, but you already have Destroyers to devour, to counter Bears, and now devour the summons. Whereas if you do expansion Mass Dryads or Mass Fairies, the Destroyers have a lot less value. And it allows Beastmaster summons to do work. Yeah, Wontu kind of getting picked apart here, losing a lot of units. And this is what makes not only Tavern Heroes, but Beastmaster in particular, kind of sketchy against this Undead army. Ooh, but the bashes are coming in. Wontu actually has some lockdown now, and he got so many bashes. Oh no, the Lich gets taken out. And the Death Knight's getting blocked and slowed and bashed. TP forced, statue getting hit by the creeps. Everything started turning real poor there for Echo. These bashies. He knows. He is aware. Oh no, Echo, your statue! No! This is exactly what you need against Beastman. You can't be throwing away the statue. Oh no. Oh no, that's a huge loss. He needs every one of those statues to start devouring the summons. Yeah, I think Echo... I think this was good by Echo until he went a little too far in and started getting surrounded by the bears and bashed down and just kind of lost his Lich. And it was a level 2 Lich as well. from the one creep camp and all the kills he got, his Lich is actually level 2 already, which makes the loss even that much more painful. But he's continuing to creep here. Death Knight is halfway to 4. You know, he's keeping up with levels overall, even with that Lich loss and with not creeping too much comparatively, which means he has been getting a lot of kills, but he's also lost some things, right? He lost the Lich, that was level 2. He lost that statue that walked in by itself.
Players' forces are under attack.
And he's going Dreadlord 3rd. Interesting choice. Without the Mass Dryads, I guess it's not so bad, because there will be a lot more bears. But I don't think it's needed. I think something like a Dark Ranger would have been fine as well, just for another ranged hero. Ooh, Forked Lightning, not going to get much value there at all. And Destroyer morphed. Echo is ready to fight. He's got Frenzy, he's got a Destroyer, but there is 3 bears here. No orb of, or no, the orb is on the Naga, but the Naga is using Frost Arrow. Dryad falls, but with only 1 Destroyer, I'm not sure if it's enough. You probably need 2 Destroyers against this many bears. That being said, he's still going to go in. There is the Ghoul front line and no big AoE. It's only level 1 Naga. Ooh, nice focus fire, but Wontu quickly wakes up the Beastmaster and staffs out the Naga. Nicely done from him as well. Echo getting some decent kills. Not a bad fight for him so far, but he can't afford to lose this statue. He needs to keep these alive. Still has a lot of mana to use on the Dreadlord as well, but not sleeping the Beastmaster fast enough, and the TP out is going to save them. However, Echo, can he get this bear? No. He's going to go for the creep real quick. Hopefully not lose ghouls, but the shockwave, 1 ghoul falls right away. Second ghoul getting focused. Ooh. Microed out, but if the shockwave comes out, okay, no shockwave. Does lose 1 ghoul, but gets a classic item. The items that Undead always seem to find from these camps. The Legion Doomhorn. And now he's getting surrounded here. He's staying to do the whole camp, but Wontu's ready to fight again. Oh no, Echo. Did he misjudge his position here? Oh, but Wontu doesn't have a TP, and the staff is on the Beastmaster. Naga is also potentially vulnerable, but all these statues, they need to be absorb mana and morphed into destroyers. Dreadlord's going to fall. 1 statue falls, the other statue might fall. Did Echo have the food? If Echo had the food available and could have morphed all these statues, I think he actually could have still fought that. But I think that was just way too greedy from him. Trying to creep the entire camp after forcing the TP from an engagement here. Like, the elf is obviously just going to heal up quickly with Rejuve and Moonwells and head back down to contest this. So I don't know. I'm not sure if it just kind of slipped Echo's mind, but it was a costly mistake. He lost 1 or 2 statues, and he lost the Dreadlord. But he did get out alive in the end, but didn't really get return kills either. We have True Shot now, which is good. Heal wards, which could have value, but generally not needed for Undead, especially after the ghouls are already gone. We'll see if it has value. I think it's much more value for a lot of the other races, but it can still be good. Ooh, it could be good with Frostworms though, to heal those guys up, because they have a huge health pool. And we do have a Frostworm about to come out. Echo does have decent levels, and this choke is pretty awkward for Wontu. He's got the Dryads tanking up front, and the Frostworm's on the field, but Destroyer nicely saved with the coil. Frostworm needs to be hitting though. Destroyer escapes over the tree line. Nicely done. And the heal ward going to be able to get some value here. with the tree line and the awkward position for Wontu. Nice focus fire on the bears, but the Frostworm now hitting the Quill Beast really needs to keep hitting these bears with the Destroyer and Worm. And he's hitting the Beastmaster now. Okay, now we see the change. Look at that, one hit. Nova, boom, 2 bears just fall. Right when the Frostworm changed target to the bear, it just one hit it for like 200 something health. And Echo might be back in the game now. I think this position was just really awkward. You really don't like choke points as Night Elf, because bears just do not perform well in these. Not to mention if the Dryads are up front, which Wontu had up front, it's also pretty awkward. Ooh, Worm not in range of the heal ward, now is in range. Look at that heal, but the heal ward already finished. That was what I was thinking, was maybe after a fight, these worms can use the heal ward, because it's 2%, right? It's not like a flat amount, it's a percent amount. So this 1350 health worm actually does get decent value off of it, so you don't have to waste coils. And keeping your coils is pretty important, especially when there's no Demon Hunter, because you don't have to worry about mana burn. You just have tons of mana saved up. Instead, this Death Knight did use a couple coils there and is only at 130 mana. He gets Warsong, Flute. Oh my god, his damage. Oh my god. Worms with Flute and Warsong? If he starts getting some damage upgrades, he's gonna be one-shotting bears super quickly. I think with good focus fire, Echo's in a pretty good spot to turn this, or not really turn this game around, but turn the series around. Ooh, might be a free Dryad. No, Wontu spots it. Does have a level 5 Beastmaster with Ruined Bracers. Going to TP into his base. Doesn't want to be caught out. Would rather be next to his Moonwells. But the shop is gone already, and the worms tanking up front. The bears not really getting hit. Is Echo getting the right focus fire he needs? Dreadlord's falling. Worms diving for that one bear. Now switching targets. They hit the Hunter's Hall for some reason again. But look at this damage! 2 worm hits is almost a bear kill. And then you add in a Nova or something and it is a bear kill. There's only really Dryads left, but are Dryads enough damage when you don't have heroes like the Demon Hunter? Beastmaster's trying to do what he can. He does have the orb. He is level 5. Will get the Destroyer. But the worms, look at the damage on there. It's just gone. The Naga's just gone. Just evaporated. And worms end up being a good call there. I thought maybe going for something like 4 Destroyers, which is not uncommon to begin with against Elf, would have been just fine as well, because then you can just devour all the summons and kill the bears, because Wontu didn't go Expo into Dryads or Expo into Fairies. But the worms as well were not too bad. You know, without the additional support of like a Demon Hunter who hits pretty hard, or, you know, an expansion that allows you to get hippos and stuff, the army for Wontu just didn't really get to kill the worms very quick, and Echo takes the win. Yeah, here we go. Game 4. Bottom left spawn is our yellow player Wontu, and he is going to go into the altar opener again rather than the Tavern Hero build. No longer messing with Beastmaster or anything of that sort. It will probably be Demon Hunter again. So look forward to that if you're a Demon Hunter fan. On the other side, top right spawn, our blue Undead player EchoGoodman, finally able to take a game.
Players' forces are under attack.
And did it convincingly towards the end of the game. There were definitely some rough spots for him. He lost his level 2 Lich. He lost his well, I guess it was only level 1 Dreadlord. He lost like 2 statues, almost a 3rd statue in awkward spots. But in the end, pulled out the big boys, the Frostworms, and was actually able to get a lot of damage. And here we see a very interesting build by him. Oh no, what is this? Is he gonna build a Ziggurat? I feel like this is a failed build by him already. He's going for a Ghoul Pole, but he didn't build an early Necropolis at his own base, nor did he build the Ziggurat. So now he's just supply blocked for a while. Like, quite a while. He's going to build up a lot of gold here. I don't know about this. I don't think the Ancient of War sees it though. But I believe this will be spotted. However, there's nothing the elf can do about this, right? It's going to finish regardless. Because it's not like there's a hero out or archers or anything. Oh wait, I didn't even see. It was actually the Ghoul Pole, by the way. And it did actually cancel the AOW. Because the AOW is not finished. I was too busy looking at Echo's build. I'm like, what is this? Why doesn't he have a Ziggurat? But I kind of just missed showing off that the Ghoul Pole did actually work. And now we have an Necropolis here. Are we going to see an Acolyte rush? Are we going to see a bunch of Ziggurats built there? Wontu can see the Blight already, so he knows it's there. Ooh, but the shop being so far forward, Wontu actually is able to cancel the shop, and that's a huge deal. Without the shop, he doesn't have Dust, he doesn't have Rod of Necromancy. And if he wants to do a push, he's going to be a lot weaker. Oh, but yeah, we got this pressure. However, one archer doesn't really stop this. Oh, 2 archers do. 2 archers poke it down. Oh, Echo's TPing in. This has to be canceled though. Echo, cancel. Oh, he does cancel it. But he TPs in. However, Wontu can also just TP in if he wants. Ziggurat being built. The tower push is underway. Wontu has Hunter's Hall and AOW. Hunter's Hall. Oh my god, TP is used, but Echo can't get through. Oh no. The buildings were blocking just enough that the units weren't able to fit through and get on the other side of the demon, and the demon actually survives there. Could have been sketchy. However, there was a Moonwell nearby. It would have been difficult to actually kill the DH. AOW canceled is huge, but the Hunter's Hall getting up might also be huge. One of the best counters to tower pushes is to have your own defensive towers. So if Wontu is able to get up a protector or 2 in the back, he could actually be pretty strong here. And Echo is going to need, yeah, he's got a shop coming, unsummons the altar, and he might want a second crypt here as well. He's got the resources for it, and if he can get a second crypt, a forward crypt here, he could start building up a lot of ghouls. And what do we got? Moonwell. Oh, it is no tech as well for Wontu. He's full committed to stopping this on tier 1 versus tier 1. Echo's taking a lot of damage here, but he's going to be able to heal up on Blight a lot better than the Demon Hunter heals up. Because the Demon Hunter is draining all of the wells. Wontu is going to be out of healing soon, and there's a lot of ghouls building up. Frost Tower now in range, able to hit. Echo's getting damage done, and he might be able to surround here. Surround on the DH. It's going to be a trade of heroes potentially, but I think the Dreadlord is just stronger. Dreadlord escapes level 2, and Wontu has a Huntress on the field, but no hero. No hero. And EchoGoodman's going to keep pushing forward with Ziggurats. Does he have a second crypt coming up? No second crypt yet, though. And Wontu does have double Ancient of War, getting a lot of damage in with these attacks as well. Can Echo take out this Ancient of War now? This is a huge pickup to take out this AOW. And we see Ritual Dagger picked up. That can also be quite useful, but he needs something to devour. He wants to get a corpse here, I believe. Ooh, but the The Demon Hunters back out on the field. There's a lot of ghouls built up. A lot of wisps to potentially kill. Yeah, Ritual Dagger going to be used. There's not enough ways for Wontu to cancel all of the heal going on. He's trying to poke at some of them. He's canceled one of the heals, canceled a second heal, but a lot of the heals still going off. The Dreadlord also was still healing. And now the towers are creeping forward. Still no second crypt though, but Echo's getting by. However, Dreadlord getting surrounded by his own ghouls. Who wins the fight? Oh my god, the Dreadlord is just dead. What am I watching? Why is everything dead? The Dreadlord falls, the Demon Hunter falls, but the Demon Hunter gets the XP for it, I believe. I don't think it was denied in any way. Maybe the Ancient War denied it. But there's going to be a fallen altar, and you really do not want to rebuy a level 1 hero from the tavern. It's so expensive for a hero that normally respawns super fast. But sometimes you just have to. Wontu might have to rebuy his Demon Hunter. Yeah, he's bringing a Wisp there. But Echo's already rebought his Dreadlord as well. And look at all the ghouls. They're just, they're harvesting wood here. They're healing up on Blight. Echo still has another Ritual Dagger if he can get a corpse to use. But Wontu finally has a defensive protector and a glaive. But is the ghouls just going to dive this? They're going for the glaive. I think maybe the protector first might be better, but the glaive does die pretty quick. Dreadlord needs to be careful not to get surrounded by the Demon Hunter though. Does make it out. Now the protector is able to root back down, get that fortified armor back up. But there's so many ghouls. EchoGoodman's just pushing forward. There is a lot of defensive structures here though, with the Ancient of War and the protector. Echo needs to be very careful not to feed the Demon Hunter. Oh, the Demon Hunter didn't actually get the XP, which means the Ancient War actually killed the level 2 Dreadlord. Otherwise his Demon Hunter should have been almost level 2 by now. That's actually huge as well. This Demon Hunter has no XP. He's 24 XP. He's killed 2 skeletons. 2 skeletons the whole game. This entire push. Oh no. That's not what you want to see. But there's just so many ghouls. Echo's just going for the kill here. He's going for the Demon Hunter. And is this going to be an overcommitment? There is 3 hunts, an Ancient War, the Tree of Life, the AP. There's so many defensive structures hitting right now, but Echo is just pushing forward. He's got the level 3 Dreadlord going in, getting kills. 2 hunts have fallen. The Demon Hunter's low health with no way to heal. The Moonwells are gone. But the ghouls are also starting to go low health or half health, but the AOW is also falling. It's only the Demon Hunter and the Protector, and 1 hunt. The other 3 hunts, I believe, fell. It's just a massacre. And so much stuff died. And I think Echo at this point should honestly tech as well. I don't think he needs to tech. I think he's comfortably in the lead. But I think I would tech at this point, just in case. Because Wontu does have defensive structures coming up, right? He's got another Ancient of War up here. He still has his Hunters all up. He's got a Protector up and another Protector coming. Is Echo going to dive for this and end the game here? He's going for the dive, I think. Yeah, he's going for the sleep and the surround. He has to uproot the Tree of Life, but I don't think it's even worth it for a level 1 DH. The level 1 DH is just going to fall. And Echo's just going to push forward. Another Ritual Dagger used. Look at all this healing coming out. Glaives do decent at canceling it, but there's so many ghouls. Echo's just pushing forward and killing everything. Wontu did rebuild the altar, but he's not getting an XP for any of these ghoul kills, like these ones here. Yeah. And he's losing so much in return. He lost a Huntress, he's losing the AOW, the Wonders. It's still not nighttime. There's 2 Moonwells also about to fall, which would be huge pickups. The Dreadlord's level 4, and GG is called. EchoGoodman ties it up 2-2. A huge game there by Echo. I think he just completely caught Wontu off guard. He did the ghoul pull at the start, the necropolis nearby, and then just towers. Towers, ghouls. Yeah, Wontu originally had his Ancient Warp here, but the ghoul was super early. The AOW didn't have much health pool, and ghoul pull successfully done. Wisp died as well. Echo did have a problem with his food. He's 10 out of 10 supply right now, but he got the Ancient War and the Wisp and set up for what he wanted. All right, game 5. Score is tied 2-2, so it's an actual best of 5. We do normally just play all 5 maps regardless for these series, but it is definitely even more exciting when the score is tied like this and they are actually fighting for the victory in this final game. And what are we going to see? It does not look like another ghoul pull. So Echo not wanting to do the same sort of strat again, which I don't hate. If he wanted to put like a necropolis, there's a lot less room to do so. You'd have to put it like up here or in the elf base, which is a bit awkward. But I also wouldn't have hated a ghoul pull attempt because this creep is pretty strong and able to kill Ancient Wars often, especially if the elf puts it anywhere in this range, etc. Yeah, it's going to be Death Knight, Ghoul Opener, and it's going to be Demon Hunter. So sticking with what they started with. And pretty standard builds from both sides. But of course, things can still change. There could be a lot different mid-game in particular. Or we might even see another Undead tower push. They are fairly strong in general against Night Elf, so we'll see what Echo decides to do. And Wontu gets Gloves of Haste. I do think damage-wise, Gloves of Haste is probably better than Claws 4 these days, but I don't know the exact calculations. I think it's alright. Echo on the other side, also creeping the same camp, taking a lot of damage on his Death Knight so far, but Wontu is not here with a Wisp. He's going to dive in with the Demon Hunter, and that Death Knight's just out of mana already, which is actually a huge problem. You'd really like to have one more coil available for the next camp, but without it, you're at risk of losing something, especially when these turtles have quite a lot of piercing damage and spiked carapace against all the melee. That being said, Echo should be able to take it just fine. However, he's going to be taking chunks of damage. He does get level 2 though, which is the huge thing. Now with Unholy Hour, he can go for the surround. Demon Hunter was almost a little too far forward here, but Echo didn't go for the surround and instead gets the kill anyways, just fine. Gloves of Haste and Ring for him. Gloves will be useful for the Lich later, maybe even the Naga if we see a Naga Sea Witch again. Ooh, and we're seeing a little bit of potential surround here, and it's going to be surround on the Archer instead. Dust will have to be used for it. But yeah, this is the dreaded moment for any Night Elf, when the Undead reaches level 2 on their Death Knight, gets Unholy Aura, and then just runs at you. They just run at you, and then they keep running at you, and then they run at you some more, and you find out that you also just have to run, and all your archers still die. You have to be so careful, keeping your distance. Oh no. Echo, you have to go in for the kill yourself. Oh, Wontu moved the archer though. It was Echo's dust, so the creeps still wouldn't have seen the archer. But Wontu wanted to move it out and get it in a different position. However, the creeps just killed it. So it does end up getting what Echo wanted, which is the kill there. Meanwhile, Echo's getting a lot of XP here. He's gonna be level 3 in no time. This is level 3 already? He's level 3 already! Those archer kills. He's already got his 3. Whereas the Demon Hunter is still just barely level 2. Echo's in a pretty good position. But his graveyard looks maybe a little late. And the Death Knight only has 1 coil, maybe 2 if the mana regen picks up. He's going to use a Ritual Dagger as well. Interesting choice. I think he could have just swapped out ghouls and left these ones on Blight. But maybe he wants to bring a lot of ghouls with him in a fight here. Looks like he's unsure of where he wants to go. Yeah, he's going to sell the Ritual Dagger, pick up the Rod. A little indecisive there by Echo. But Wontu as well, pretty indecisive. He comes up here towards like the crabs. Now going to go for the center, but Echo's going to spot this. He picks up his own Naga here, passes the boots of speed. And Echo should be able to get a huge creep jack. With the Naga is just going to die for Wontu, I think. Oh, no, nice reaction. Wontu reacted so fast there. He doesn't actually have vision right away because this is a hill here. But he managed to move his Naga away really quick. However, Echo's just going to dive in. But focusing the Demon Hunter next to 2 pretty full Moonwells, is this the right choice? There's going to be multiple ghouls falling, but it might still work. Is Wontu going to be forced into a TP? He is. However, the Detto comes out as well, and he's just going to die for the Demon. Demon's a little trapped. Demon's trapped. This is just going to be the kill, and the Naga, is Wontu's Naga going to be the next focus? The Archer's falling as well. Is Echo just running over him? The Frost Arrows. This Naga can't escape. Some ghouls might fall. But Wontu's going to lose everything for it. That being said, once the Demon Hunter gets back, and I don't think there's any stopping it, the Demon Hunter plus a Dryad can clean this up, I think. Even without Moonwell support. But this is exactly what you want as the Undead. You're able to pressure at tier 2, level 2 Naga. You're on your way to tier 3 and Orb and Lich. You got your Slaughterhouse coming. I think... Oh, he left an item behind apparently. Maybe he was trying to swap it somewhere. Accidentally dropped it. Yeah, I think for Echo, it's just all about hitting your tech timings and making sure your macro's on point. You don't want to forget this next Ziggurat when you need it. He does actually add it right now. And you just want to make sure you get everything you need, because he's looking to be in an amazing spot. Wontu does have tier 3. His Demon Hunter's back with Orb. But the Demon Hunter's still not 3. He's going to need 3 in these fights. Without level 2 mana burn, the Demon Hunter is kind of bad here. Oof, that was a way overcommitment from Echo. He really wanted to just secure those kills real quickly, but like a Forked Lightning and a Coil for like a level 2 and a level 1 Murloc seemed a bit overkill. I'd honestly rather have just him not used any mana or like toss it on the elf, because the elf's out of Moonwells. They're completely reliant on bear mana to heal. Oh, do we get the coil? No coil. Mana burn comes out. And Echo is trying to go for the kill, but maybe diving too far here. Going to force the rejuve. Not bad to force the rejuve on the bear. But I don't think this is exactly what he would want to be doing. Just getting some little bit of chip damage here. Anyways, the crucial thing is this. He needs to get orb. He's not pieing just yet. He's in the fight instead, forcing more rejuvenations out. But the elf is starting to run out of them. He's got one more here. And of course, future bears as well. But he needs to make dryads too to combat the destroyers that will come. And yeah, Echo has his timing. He's even picking up a sack skull for the value regen. And he's got 6 ghouls with Frenzy, Tri-Hero, Orb, 3-2-1 heroes, which is not bad. Not going to have any destroyers though. And there is multiple bears here. But what's he gonna go for? He's going for the Demon Hunter, going for the commit onto getting the hero. There is a staff available on the Naga. It is used. And there is a rejuve available. But he needs time for the rejuve. Is there a destroyer morph? I don't think there is. Echo's full committing to the hero kill, but there's a shop here with potions to potentially buy. Now going for the Naga is going to maybe, no, not get the Naga. Now gets the Naga with the coil. Forced a potion as well, but there's still the bears running around. And Echo's just full commit to the hero kills. And now with the Demon Hunter out of play, the Naga dead, he's going to change focus to the units. Going to pick up 1 Dryad kill. Destroyer is on the field. But the Lich needs to watch out as well. There's no invuln on the Lich. And the Demon Hunter, ooh, mana potion nicely used by the Death Knight to coil up the Lich and save it. And now with no heroes on the field, the Elf army is quite pitiful here. Coil going to be used on the Lich, not the Demon Hunter. But this Demon Hunter is going to use probably the Fountain. And if the Demon Hunter is using the Fountain, it's just free game for the Undead in the Elf base. He's even got the extra Blight regen here from the Sack Skull. And he's just going to dive the bears. Oh, 1 bear dies. But not going to go for the others. Staff picked up. Demon Hunter is going to staff in and use Rejuve rather than the Fountain. I don't hate that. He does need to be here as quick as possible, and the Fountain would take too long. But he doesn't actually heal to full off of this. So Echo's still going to be quite strong here. But he doesn't have Coil or Nova yet. His Destroyer is almost going to fall. There is a staff on the Naga. Does staff the Demon Hunter out. Destroyer back in the fight. Nicely microed back though. Bear going to fall. More Destroyers morphed. And absorb mana as well. And here we got the nuke, the Nova on the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter's falling quickly. Do we see the change focus? We do. The Dryad's going to fall quick. And now we might see the Bear fall as well. There's no anti-air really anymore either. And it looks like Echo's taking this. Can Wontu defend with half-health heroes and no heal? No. GG Dub P is called. And EchoGoodman comes out of retirement and sends Wontu into retirement now. EchoGoodman taking the 3-2 victory after... What was the start? Was it... I think Wontu started 2-0, right? It was a full reverse sweep. I think it was a full reverse sweep, right? Yeah. Wontu took the 2-0 lead, and then Echo was like, what do you think you're doing, buddy? This is my game. And he takes the reverse sweep, the 3-2 victory, and he will be moving on to face Cithrin in the next round, who is another Night Elf.